Hey there, and welcome. Getting a diagnosis like juvenile ALS, well, it brings up a ton of questions and a whole mix of emotions. So we've put this guide together to offer some clear information and, just some practical advice for the journey you're on. We're going to walk through some really important ideas to support you. Okay, let's get into it. If you take one thing away from all of this today, let it be this. This right here is the absolute core of everything. This is a journey about adapting, for sure, but it's not about losing who you are. This quote just nails it. You are so much more than a diagnosis. So let's start right at the beginning. Getting this diagnosis, look, it's an overwhelming moment. There's no other way to put it. It can feel like the path you thought you were on just took a sharp, unexpected turn, and it is completely natural to feel a whole storm of emotions. Whatever you're feeling right now, fear about what's next, frustration that this is even happening, or just being plain angry, all of it is valid. Those are all totally normal reactions. It is so important to just give yourself the space to process this without any judgment. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the physical side of things. And look, the goal here isn't to be scary or intimidating. It's actually the opposite. It's to demystify what's happening in the body. Because honestly, knowledge is one of the best tools we have against fear. So what even is juvenile ALS? To put it simply, it's a condition that affects the special nerve cells called motor neurons. Think of them as the messengers between your brain and your muscles. And notice that phrase, voluntary muscle movement. That's a really key distinction because this condition doesn't touch your thoughts, your memories, your personality, the essence of who you are. It's kind of like a simple command chain, right? Your brain has an idea like, hey, let's go take a step. It sends that message down the superhighway of your spinal cord, and then the motor neurons deliver it to your leg muscles, telling them to move. With ALS, that signal can just get a little weaker over time. Now, when we use a word like progression, I know that can sound pretty scary, but what's so important to remember with juvenile ALS is that this is often a very, very slow process that happens over many years. It's not like falling off a cliff. It's more like a gradual slope, with plenty of time to adapt to the changes along the way. And here's the best part. You are absolutely not expected to adopt alone. This brings us to maybe the most powerful tool you have, your support team. And this isn't about becoming dependent, not at all. It's about collaboration. It's about strength in numbers. Your team can be huge or it can be small, but every single person plays a vital role. From your doctors who handle the medical side, to your friends who are just there to listen. Building this team is a really proactive move. And honestly, it's a sign of incredible strength. And something you might not expect can happen here. Letting people in, really allowing them to help, it can actually make your relationships even stronger. It builds this whole new level of connection and shared experience that can be really, really meaningful for everybody. Okay, let's talk about something really empowering, technology and tools. We're going to look at some of the incredible stuff that exists today, not as, things for a disability, but as keys. Keys that unlock your continued independence. So let's just tackle a primary concern head-on. As those signals to the muscles get a bit weaker, getting around can become more of a challenge, but that's a problem with some pretty powerful solutions. These aren't just tools. They are literally vehicles for your freedom. They let you save your energy for the things that really matter, to keep moving through the world, and to keep being a part of everything you want to be a part of. All right, another challenge that can come up is with speech. Your voice is such a huge part of who you are, and the thought of that changing can be really tough. But once again, technology creates a bridge. And here's the thing to get really excited about. These tools don't just replace your voice, they empower it. With amazing systems that can track your eye movements to type and speak for you. All of your thoughts, your jokes, your ideas, they can all continue to be shared with the world loud and clear. So let's bring this all together in what is, for sure, the most important section. We've talked about the body and the tools, but let's talk about the person inside, because that person does not change. Your mind, your intellect, your unique way of seeing the world, it is all there, as sharp and vibrant as it has ever been. Your imagination, that spark, your ability to solve problems or make art, that drive is completely untouched. Your ability to connect with people, your sense of humor, your empathy, your relationships are still yours to build and deepen. And maybe most importantly, your hopes for the future, your ambitions, your dreams, They are still valid, they are still possible, and they are absolutely still worth chasing. So what does all this mean? It means the core parts of a full, meaningful life are all still on the table. With some adaptations, you can absolutely keep learning, working, loving, and finding real joy and purpose in every single day. As we start to wrap up, here's maybe the most comforting thought of all. While juvenile ALS is rare, you are part of a big global community. You are not the first, and you are not the only person walking this path. It's a really good question to think about, right? It means you accept that the plot took a turn you didn't see coming, but you are still the author. You get to decide what happens in the next chapter. This disease, it's a part of your story, there's no doubt, but it is not the whole story, not even close. Every single day brings a new chance for connection, for learning, and for living. Thank you so much for spending this time with us.